Hey guys, it's Gus, and I've recently shared a couple videos on making gold to make astral diamonds in Neverwinter, and I can't do it all in one video because the topic is just so big that it would be multiple hours long. So I'm trying to break it down into segments. And I've already shown how much AD we can make from crafting gold, and I've already showed, how long it takes to make gold each day. What I'm not going to do is make a video on how to get your artisans up to level 20 because that's a given. You just craft, and that's all there basically is to it. But when you start getting to rank 9 Hellstones, which I'm recommending players do, it starts getting a lot more complicated and you have to start using math. Because if you're doing leather working and making leather visors, you're gonna make gold immediately. Uh, the problem is you're gonna run out of steam and run out of playtime really quick. I went and looked. I did a 3-hour stream of where I did it, and it was insanely painful. And to me, it just wasn't worth the effort. I've done this gold making factory that is very, very profitable. And just to give you an idea, every time you make 12 rank 9 Hellstones, you make 2.576 gold. 2 gold, 57 silver, 60 copper. If you have the right artisans, and you do that about 18 times a day. So each tune each day is making about 46.36 gold. And then you multiply that by 60 characters, and now you're looking at 2,782 gold a day in 30 minutes. And if you go into the auction house and you go to gold bars are currently selling for 15,700 and oh wait, 15,750 divided by 100, 157.5 gold AD each for one gold. And if you multiply that by 2,780, you're making 437,000 AD a day in a half hour from this gold factory. And that's while you're invoking as well. So it's a really good deal. And that's at the current prices. These prices change depending on how many people are putting gold in the market and if there's suddenly a need for gold, like they introduce some item like higher enchants that require gold, or there's an event like Gone that requires lots of gold. So 437,000 AD is a lot of AD. That far surpasses the 100,000 refined AD we're capped out on a day from doing random queues. But you're not going to make that much AD when you first start making rank 9 potions. They're really easy. And it looks like it takes a lot of work, but you can do everything internally on every character every day. So when you come here to collect, you can gather 3 different things, right? Right now, I'm currently gathering spring water and wintergreen sprig. Those are and there's only one other item you have to gather, and that is I think it's the beehive chip. Yeah, it's the beehive chip. So you're gonna have 3 gatherers going, gathering beehive chips, spring water, and wintergreen sprigs. The reason I'm not gathering beehive chips is these will fill up your entire box super fast, and I don't check my box more than twice a day. So when I first started, though, I was doing these. Now I just buy them because they're really cheap because of how easy and cheap they are to make. People sell them really cheap in the auction house. So I just buy these and I craft the spring water and wintergreen sprig. And then the 3 items you'll be crafting in the auction house is you'll be crafting honey, wintergreen oil, and the potion of healing. So you can do the 3 gatherers and 3 crafters all on each tune all day long. So it's not like you have to craft multiple items on multiple characters every single day. Now, when you first start crafting, you're gonna have really bad adventurers, and or gatherers, and you're gonna have really bad alchemists. But you will quickly fix that. When you pick alchemy or while you're leveling, you'll probably get a few of these. Unkra, if you notice, she's common quality. I still use her to this day. I'll probably never take her out. You also get Saren. She's common quality. She's a 50% commission reduction, which is huge. And another common one that you'll be using is Jameis. So the Jameis, Saren, and Unkra are the ones you're probably going to be using when you first start alchemy. And if you notice, they'll have commission reductions. Unkra is minus 25%, Jameis is minus 25%, and Saren is minus 50%. So you're going to get these fairly quickly. Now, when you develop a level 3 workshop, you can start getting rare artisans. And the two rare artisans you want is Killage, who's 50% reduction as well, and he has Passion Project. And I use him for crafting the potions themselves. And the reason why I use him if I, over Saren is she's a 50% commission reduction, but she makes them slower because of her speed reduction. But until you get Killage, you'll be using her for a long time. I'm still using her, I think, on like 10 or so of my 60 workshops. She's really good. And I'm still using Unkra, and I used Jameis for a long time as well. So you want Killage. The other artisan you'll really want, and I've actually covered her a lot in the past, is Latoto. She's minus 50% commission reduction, and she has a speed multiplier and dab hand. And you'll be using her on the wintergreen oil because wintergreen oil is gonna be your roadblock. And what I mean by the roadblock is when you're crafting rank 9 potions, you will use wintergreen oil faster than you produce it. And today is Wednesday night. Tomorrow, Thursday, the double morale event comes out. And usually, what I do historically is during the double morale event, I don't craft any potions. I just craft wintergreen oil the entire event. But now that I'm catching up, most characters I don't have to do that. They're crafting more wintergreen oil than I'm actually using. But just about 10 or so characters that I don't have Lotetto on, I'll have to be making wintergreen oil. So the artisans, here's a reason why the artisans are a big deal. And I'm going to attempt to enter a screenshot right here. I'm going to try to using the video editor. It's not going to be the best quality, but pause down there and check it out. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, I don't know if it's going to work or not, but if it doesn't work, let me go over it with you. If you take the cost of the beehive chips, and remember, honey only takes, I think, one beehive chip. I'll confirm that. These are really cheap. It's 7 silver for 7 or 12 of them. It's really cheap. But the other ones, spring water, it looks like it's really expensive, 37 silver, but you only use one spring water at a time. So the cost is really little. Spring water comes out to be 3 silver per 12 rank 9 potions. Um, I actually have the beehive chips comes out to be 59 copper per because I'm looking at the screenshot I try to post. And then the other one is wintergreen sprig, and this will use 6 of them. So this one's actually your most expensive gathering. So you want to use whatever adventure gives you the biggest cost reduction right here. And these will come out to be 40.39 silver for every one of the rank 9 potions you're going to craft. So when you come, those 3 things you're gathering, as well as the wintergreen oil. The wintergreen oil, if we're going to craft it, just let me show you. The wintergreen oil costs 80.77 silver to craft. That's a really expensive one. And when I say expensive, it's in the grand scheme of things, but you're going to get that reduced significantly. And then honey is dirt cheap. Dang it. So honey is, wait, that one's a level 3. Honey, it takes one beehive chip and costs 8 silver. Honey only costs 8.3 to craft as well. So plus you're actually going to have to spend on making the potions, and these cost 86 silver. So altogether, but you notice when you make these, you're making 12 of them, okay? And on the screenshot I try to post, hopefully it did work, but if not, I also have it posted in Rainer's Discord and in Masterworks. The cost of making these 12 potions cost 2 gold, 20 silver, 40 copper. So 2.2 gold. And I know that's a lot, 2.2 gold, but when you sell 12 of them, let me go and show you what happens when you sell 12 of them. So remember, it costs 2.2 gold to sell that or to make them, but when you sell them, you will make 3.6 gold. So you'll make 1.4 gold off of these, which doesn't seem like a big deal, right? But when you do this 18 times a day, 1.4 times 18, that's 25 gold a day. And you saw how long takes. And let's say you have 54 characters, that's 1,360 gold you'll make a day with just the worst artisans possible. Now, this cost is going to be reduced heavily. That cost was with no artisan commission reductions. So let's go back to our artisans and remember these common ones. If you're using Saren, right, the cost of potions goes down from 86 gold or 86 silver to 43 silver. And if you happen to get Latoto, she takes the cost of wintergreen oil from 80.77 silver down to 40.39 silver. So it once you have all your artisans lined up, instead of it costing 20 or 2.2 gold a day to make all these, it will cost 1.3 gold to make to make those potions. But that's not including. But when you add on all these artisan skills like Dab Hand and Passion Project, the cost can actually go down to 1 gold, 2 silver, which is more than half of the original cost. So with basic artisans, they have no commission reductions. Let me try one. So she has a 25%. We'll just see if we got any that have no commission. Most of these all have some type of commission. Let's see if there is. You don't want to use the pluses. Well, you'll probably have to use the pluses as you're starting out. Just use them on the cheap stuff. Use the minus commissions on the expensive stuff like the wintergreen oil and whatever. But if you had all 0% commission multipliers, it's going to cost you 2.2 gold. Once you get your artisans lined up, that cost is reduced from 2.2 gold to 1.02 gold, which means your profit goes from 1,380 to more than double that, to over 2,700. This is a big deal. This is a lot of gold that you're making. And I went and did the math on leather visors, and I believe, unless I'm mistaken, this actually makes more than leather visors does in a fraction of the time. The problem is you have to set this up and you have to have 6 adventurers and or 6 gatherers, I mean, and three gatherers and 3 artisans going all at one time. But when you start out with your artisans, you're not going to have the best artisans in the world. You're going to have guys like, well, he's actually pretty good. She's really good. You're going to have ones like her that increase your cost. Or like this guy, look, 100%. So if you were using him on potions, instead of costing, 86 silver, it would cost 1.6 gold. So you're gonna use these though, because you want to get crafting. You're still gonna make a profit, but when you first start out, people are like, "I'm not gonna make anything." Immediately with 0% commission, you're gonna be making 1/3 of your gold back. So if you spend 3 gold, you're gonna make a gold back, basically. You get the gold, or if you spend 2 gold, you'll make 1 gold. You'll get the 2 gold you spent plus one back. But once you start getting everything ready, you'll spend 1 gold and make 2.5 gold back. It's huge, guys. And I did not figure this out on my own, by the way. I've just been trying to perfect it over time. And these artisans are your biggest headache. That's why I'm talking so much about them. Because you're going to check these daily if you can, or check them every other day, or whenever you can check, you want to check. Because there's so many artisans in the game, and you might get an adventurer, you might get a jeweler, you might get what's that, leather crafter, you might get an artificer, you might get a blacksmith, you might get a tailor, you might get an armor, right? And you don't want any of those. All you're focusing on is alchemist and adventurers. That's the only thing you want. The reason I have these epic ones is that's probably for another time if we start talking about rank 4 workshops, and that's where the big money can, well, not big money, that's where life gets a lot easier. I probably will It will probably take me 2 or 3 years to get back the AD I spent making these rank 4 workshops. But your artisans is where it's at. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your alchemy up to, you can actually start crafting them around level 18, or maybe even 16, because I believe, yeah, you can, even though this is a level 18, I believe you can craft like 3 below that. Um, Tools, believe it or not, the tools are not that bad. I'm using Cobalt. Cobalt will get you 100% proficiency. It doesn't matter what your focus is, because whatever you're gonna get they sell for the exact same. So normal ones and plus ones sell for the exact same amount. But you want 100% proficiency, and cobalt. I have cobalt on everything, and I actually have the Gone Hammer is great because at level 18 you can use the Gone Hammer, and you can one Gone Hammer, you use it and then you put in your bank and put another tune, pull it out on that new tune, use it, and it will put the Gone tune on all your alts. But I figured that out after I bought all these cobalt tools, so you guys will save a little bit. Cobalt tools are not expensive. When I was getting them, they were around 12K each. I don't know what the cost is now. I think a lot of people bought them during the Gone event, so they might have gone up actually. Uh, Cobalt. Well, we'll go to tools, right? Cobalt. Okay, yeah, 8,000. We'll see. 13,000. You can craft these yourself, but if I was looking at this like 60 tools times 13,000, it was like 700K, and I was thinking, God, this will save me so much time if I just buy them. Because making tools is no joke, and then once you make them, you got to mail them to yourself and whatnot. But your artisans is where you start making your big gold. Because remember, if you start making gold right now with your basic artisans, you're gonna make a profit. Actually, a significant profit. 1,300. If you have 54 tunes, 1,300 gold a day is a lot of gold. But once you start getting into the Latotos and the Killage and the Aldequeums, which I haven't showed in here, now you're looking around 2,700 gold a day. But it takes time because you don't get these artisans immediately. You can go to the Zen market. Oh, it's bugged out right now. It's not here. And you can go to professions. You can buy. Oh, you know why I can't buy an art? I can't buy They're not showing the artisan kit right now because my artisans are full. But it's pretty spendy, and I've never had any luck with them. And you're just gonna be spending a shitload of Zen or cash or 80 or however you got the Zen to buy it for very little to no chance of getting lucky. So I would avoid that at all cost if I were you. So there you go. Work on your artisans. Don't worry about your artisans when you first start. You're still going to be making gold, but you just won't be making as much gold. And once you start getting the artisans, your workshops will start making way bigger gold. If you got any questions or comments or ways we can improve this, please comment below. Stay classy, Neverwinter. See you soon.